Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Cat Lady Yoga. My name is Regina. We have Snugglebug right here. Get him up here for you. There's our little boy. Good morning. And Phoebe, as you can see, is already on the mat. She is ready to go. So let me grab my headset here and we will get started. Looks like Snuggles needs to use the computer to scratch his chin. We have a little movement there. Yeah, you want to talk to everybody? Huh? Say good morning. There you go. You heard it straight from the cat. All right, we are beginning today in a seated posture. This headset won't settle today. So grab something if you would like to sit on that will bring your hips a little higher than your knees to make you more comfortable for your time on your seated posture. Girl, can I have a seat here? I know, right? Scooch over. There you go. So if you don't have a meditation cushion, it doesn't really matter what you use. Anything that will bring the sitting bones up and the hips higher than your knees is going to make it more comfortable for you. All right. Wanted to introduce you to our mudra as well as our theme for today. And we're focusing on the throat today. So the throat is the place where we express ourselves. It is the point that connects the heart to the head. So there is a lot of value in making sure that we have the energy through the throat fluid and able to flow without any restrictions. So part of that is to, of course, release the tension we hold in our neck, but also to find a way to speak our truth with kindness and with grace. Let me move this a little closer. Have it set back just a little too far. Okay. So taking whatever seated posture works for you. It can be easy seat with the ankles crisscrossed or anything else. If you have lotus in your practice, you might choose that. Or you might choose to come into hero. So either way, and any of that will be good. So just take a moment letting the arms or the hands rest on the legs, keeping the ears over the shoulders over the hips. Your eyes can be open, downcast, or closed. And begin to connect to your breath. Just noticing how the breath arrives and how it releases. So today is the day of the supermoon. I hope that you had a chance to see it in your part of the world. It was unavailable to us today just because of cloud cover. We'll go out, catch some recordings later. But in light of that, I would like to start with moon breath, and then we'll come back at the end of our practice and do sun breath. Moon breath is very relaxing and calming, and sun breath is very energizing and awakening. So if you catch this recording and you're using it late at night, skip the sun breath and just do the moon breath again. All right. So we take the, hold on. Make sure I tell you right. Because it really is important. That's what I thought. All right, so with moon breath, we block off the right nostril. So you take your right index finger or your right thumb and you simply press the soft tissue of the right nostril so that you're only able to breathe through the left. And the reason we do that is because the left is going to be affiliated with the moon energy and with the state of relaxation in the body. And on the flip side, the right nostril, when it's open and you're only breathing through it, that's the energetic side, the fiery side that is associated with the sun energy. So if you'd like to join in, just taking a finger, the index finger or the thumb, softly press the right nostril closed, and we'll take 5 breaths only through the left nostril. So in through the right, through the left, and out. Bring your mental awareness to the space between your brows and breathe into that space. When you're finished with your 5 rounds, simply release your right hand. Come back to your natural breath. Maybe you notice a little more ease, more like relaxation and comfort in your mind, in your body. And then moving into our gesture for today. So we're using the Shunya Mudra. I had planned to use the Vishuddha Mudra, but I didn't feel inclined to do that. So this was a nice alternative, and there are no precautions with it. The other one has a few contraindications, and so it's just easier to go with those that don't have any. We take our middle finger, fold it down to the crease of the thumb at the palm, and wrap the thumb over it. The other 3 fingers extend, and then we rest the arms of the hands on the legs. So it's okay if your fingers don't have a full extension, just energize them long. Some of us have restrictions. For me, when I get tight through my forearms, then my fingers don't want to fully extend out, they pull in. So for a variety of reasons, we may not have them fully long, but just bring the awareness to that lengthening of the fingers. Again, eyes can be open, downcast, or closed. And this is the Shunya Mudra. It's a gesture of emptiness. It helps us to cultivate an openness to transformation. It draws a lot of energy and awareness into the throat. It's stimulating and helps with the throat, the neck. So it's going to be very beneficial for the thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. It can help to release the tension and the stress we carry in our shoulders and in our neck. I like that it brings space between our thoughts. It helps us to create that space and to release limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts. As we create this space in our mind and we're open to new possibilities, when we create that space and release limiting beliefs, it's then that we can be open to new possibilities. I'll repeat a mantra 3 times. If it resonates with you, silently or aloud, repeat it to yourself. As I allow openness, I see new ways and create space for my journey. As I allow openness, I see new ways and create space for my journey. As I allow openness, I see new ways and create space for my journey. When you're finished, simply release the mudra, wiggle out your fingers, maybe turn your palms down for more grounding. As you inhale, lift the head and draw it back, bringing the chin parallel to earth and locking the throat here. Imagine a swan's neck. That's the motion that you're taking here. And then you'll hold the breath, and as you exhale, release into your natural position. Just do that 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw back and up. Exhale. And one more. Exhale. And just move your head around naturally. Take a moment where you are to switch the leg that's in front. So for those of us sitting in easy seat, we typically, all of us have a leg that we take forward first when we take an easy seat. So take a moment, lengthen out your legs and move them around. And then as you come back, switch the leg that's in front. And feel free to take props under your legs. Remember, we have those options. So if you need a little different setup on this side, then honor that in your body. All right, so we're moving into some neck stretches today. And I would encourage you to bring the arms long beside you for that. If you need your props to bring the floor up to you, especially if you're sitting on something, go ahead and bring them in, have them close by. Grow nice and tall. Reach out a little more. And on an exhale, move your right ear towards your right shoulder. Now you may already feel the stress here. And if this is where you believe you should be, then stay here. Otherwise, be curious. As always, explore. Maybe gently move the chin downward or upward. And when you find that sweet spot of tenderness, stay there and come back to your breath. If you feel like you could use more sensation, you might try taking your left hand and wrap it around the small of the back. Maybe the hand rests on your support or on the floor, or just the fingertips reaching. But do let the hand be somewhere where it's connected. And then if it feels right, explore with an exhalation, see if there's another angle that will bring different sensations. And one more time, be curious. Exhale, switch the direction of the chin. If that doesn't improve the sensations, increase, or bring another place that needs releasing, then go back to where you did find that. Last 5 breaths. Each breath in brings space to the area. And each exhale is an opportunity to yield into that space. Now, after your fifth breath, bring your right hand to the outside of the right side of your head. As you inhale, use the hand to stabilize the head and bring the head back to center. Release your opposite arm and just take a moment, wiggle through your shoulders, move the head around. And then on an exhale, rotate your chin toward your left. With your next inhale, float your chin back through center. Take a big breath in and exhale. All right, taking second side, reach your right arm out, your right arm out. Grow tall, exhale left to your left shoulder. See if this is where it feels right. You want to stay here. And maybe if an exhalation is there, switch the direction of your chin, just being curious to notice the different ways that you can bring stress to the area. And when it's really tender, avoiding sharp stabbing or burning pain, but just comfortably uncomfortable, hang out there and breathe. Again, the hand can stay extended or wrap around. Use an exhale anytime you want to switch the direction of your chin, to look for a different angle of stress. Each exhale, let go of something you no longer need. Even if you don't identify it, just exhale and let go. Let go of the tension that's congested in your neck, creating discomfort or limiting your range of motion. Last 5 breaths. After your 5th breath, remember, always wait for your breath. Draw your left hand to the outside of the left side of the head. Inhale, gently bring it up. Release your arm if it's behind you. And then just take some moment to move. Grow tall with your inhalation. Exhale, take your chin toward your right shoulder. And on the inhale, we float back to the center. Roll through your shoulders. And if you need some circling of the neck, anything else, take it here. And then we're making our way to tabletop. So that'll be the hands and knees. So that we can float through for cat-cow. Remember to always move slow and mindfully, especially in yin. We're trying to protect the joints and the muscles and to stay in that state of opening and releasing. So if we start engaging the muscles, we start getting more, we start involving the muscles, they start contracting, and we're looking to release more. So one of you cats needs to give me a little space. All right. So spread your fingers, make sure you anchor through your palms, your knuckles, your fingertips are plugged in. Inhale, soften the elbows, lift the tailbone, ripple through the spine, open up. And on your exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, extend, really lengthening the neck, opening the throat. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, find your extension. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, come to neutral and allow the toes to stay connected together. Take your knees wide if that feels right. Press your hips back, and you can use a prop here to bring the floor to you. Just grab this. Lengthen the torso over the earth. Reach the arms forward if you can so that you come into that stretch for the shoulders. And bring your forehead to rest on the earth or on a prop if it's not making contact with the earth. But we want it to have a place to settle. So this is your child's pose. It's a very comforting pose. Most of us feel safe and secure in it. So find whether it works for you. And then come into stillness. You may need to make some adjustments. Maybe you keep the legs together and rest your torso on top of your thighs. Or you can keep the legs apart, use a prop or not. We do encourage the use of props in yin because we don't want to engage the muscles and we want the body to be supported so that we can come into that place of stress for the areas of the body that need that release. So finding what feels right for you and settling in. This is a great time to set your intention for your practice, your intention being why you're on your mat today. What would you like to experience or to learn? What would you like to let go of? Your practice, your intention. You might ask, what is it that I would like to verbally put out into the world? Maybe I've been holding back and I need to use my voice. I need to be heard. If something for that question comes to mind, set your intention to use your voice to speak your truth, to know that you have the ability within you to speak your truth. Maybe as you question your intention, you come to realize that your words and actions don't always align. Maybe you set the intention to let your words match your actions, to let your actions match your words. So the energy center of our throat is called Vishuddha. Not necessary for you to remember that, but I do like to share for those who want to learn. It's a Sanskrit word, Vishuddha, and it simply means the purification of our throat, of that energy. The color associated with our throat chakra is blue. And the throat chakra also, other than our words and the purification, but truth, alignment. So as we open the throat space and we open our heart and mind to speak our truth, we also want to do it with kindness, with understanding, with grace. When the throat is in balance, our words are in harmony with our values and our actions. And we express kindness, we express empathy, we express connection. But when the throat is out of balance, this is when we're unable to express or communicate our truth or our desires. We might feel like we have no authority over our lives. And that's not a good feeling. Sometimes we might become clingy or needy. We might be seeking attention. So as you move through your practice today, let the awareness be on creating that space within your throat so that the heart and the mind can communicate together from a place of kindness, staying in alignment or coming into alignment. Good, baby. All right, last 5 breaths in your child's pose. After your 5th breath, ease the body up and guide the arms in. Add a little shoulder opener here to go along with our throat practice today, since there's such a close connection. Move your props from underneath you if you have them. Make your way through tabletop again. Bring the knees under the hips. If you would like, extend one leg, let the blood flow, and then you can switch. So from here, you can keep the hips stacked over the knees, or you can press them back over your heels again. We're taking the left arm, we're going to reach it up, so we're going to open the arm, and then we're going to exhale, thread it under the right arm. As we do, come onto your left shoulder and the left side of your head. Now, if you want to prop under the head, feel free to bring it in. Make sure you feel supported. We want that weight into the shoulder. And so I actually would rather keep my hips over my knees. But if you want to draw the hips back into child's pose again, feel free to. Then your right arm can come in close if that's where you need it. It can extend, or it can reach up and wrap around your back. So find where it feels right for you. If having the hips up or back is just not working for you, another option is to actually lay the body down. This is easier if you're already down before you thread the arm, but you could always come out and come back. And then bring the head down or the forehead down. But we're breathing into the shoulder, stretching the back of the shoulder here. 5 more breaths. I'm sorry, I put my head in the shadows here. I'll switch for the next side. After your 5th breath, very slowly press into your right hand. Thread the left arm out. If you're on your belly, just come down onto the belly. If you are on hands and knees, then as you unthread, reach the arm out, extend if you can, and then bring it down. All right, we can flow through a cat-cow. Might feel really good. And then switch sides. Thread the arm, reach it, open it, and then thread it. And again, you can stay on the knees. You can press back into your child's pose. Or if you're coming onto the belly, come down through the hips and then thread the arm. And then you can either bring forehead to the mat, or you can bring your cheek to the mat, or use a prop. But breathe down into your shoulder. Come back to your breath and back to your intention. Each exhale, let the body yield and soften downward. Last 5 breaths. After your 5th breath, slowly, softly, lift the head. Bring your left arm in. Either unthread the right arm and come back down onto the chest and torso, the belly, or if you're in your tabletop, when you unthread, reach it up, stretch it out, and then bring it down. Take a moment here, flow through your cow and cat. Make your way into neutral. Beautiful. We are going into the opposite direction of that shoulder stretch now. So we've threaded under the torso. Now we're going out to the side. So let me move a couple of things and I'll show you where we're going. Lay all the way down. Actually, let's do Sphinx first. That feels like a good thing to do first. And then we'll come into the other side of the shoulder. So with Sphinx, we have the elbows under the shoulders, the arms are parallel to one another, and the palms are down. Right? Alternatively, you can bring a prop in, a pillow, a bolster under the chest, under the arms to bring that floor up to you. Try to avoid the belly. It might not feel too good on the belly. And then that supports you so you don't physically have to press the earth away. So this is a gentle back bend. If it's too intense, you can come down and just rest your head on your hands, your forehead on your hands. And that would be crocodile. That might feel a little better. But if you can't able, come here to Sphinx and hang out. Notice the shoulders, slide them down. Let the head align. So maybe you take an inhale at the base of the spine and envision the breath arriving all the way up, traveling through the spinal column, all the way up to the crown of the head to find that alignment. Take a couple, 2, 3 to 5 breaths right here. And then I'm going to show you lion's breath. And we'll do it together for 3 breaths. And then you'll have that freedom to move the head wherever you would like. So for lion's breath, we inhale through the nose, and then we open the mouth to exhale. And when we do, we also stick the tongue out so that we're getting that full release through the front body, the fascia line of the front body. So it looks like this. So some people will be uncomfortable with this. So you can do it in the privacy of your home or your space, wherever that is. But really, once you become more comfortable with the value of it and you don't have to have any particular pretenses around people, it becomes easier to do, say, in a public yoga class or something of that nature. All right, so it's in through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and it's a like you're sending out fire, right? Inhale. So that's what we're doing while we're in Sphinx, so that that whole front line of the fascia is getting a nice stress on it. All right, so one more demonstration. All right, so back to Sphinx pose. Take your inhale. Two more. Last one. And then back to your natural breath. And maybe on an exhale, you guide chin toward chest. Release the back of your neck. Notice if the glutes are engaged or any other part of the body. And with your exhale, release, surrender down. With the chin drop toward the chest, we close off the throat. And then when you're finished and you lift the chin again, you have fresh blood flow, really energizing through the throat space and helping to stimulate the glands, the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, and to move stagnant energy. So 5 more breaths in your Sphinx pose, really letting the chin drop in. Release your jaw and let the tongue settle to the floor of the mouth so you're not clenching your teeth. Slowly inhale head after your breaths. Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, release from your props. So move them out. Lower the body all the way. Maybe you stack your hands and bring the forehead to rest on your hands. With your forehead resting on your hands and awareness of your brow, taking that moment to reconsider your intention, maybe to repeat the mantra, my words are an honest reflection of what I believe. My words are an honest reflection of what I believe. My words are an honest reflection of what I believe. When you're ready, move the right cheek to the earth. Slide your left knee along the floor. Bring it up by your left elbow. This will release your low back. A couple more breaths. And then lengthen the leg back down. Center the head and slowly press the body up. As you come through hands and knees, tabletop position, wiggle and roll any way that your body would like some movement. And then when you're finished and ready, we're coming on to our heels. So here's some options. You can directly sit on both heels with the legs together, or you can bring a block or some other support under your sitting bones. So I'm going to take this block to sit on. And if you're using blocks, they have a variety of heights. So take it as high as you need, right? So this will be your lowest, and this will be your second. I don't know that you want to go up on the highest setting, but you might choose a bench or something at that point instead, or a combination of pillows and props. But I have 2 different heights on my lowest setting for my blocks. So 2 different, a 3-inch and a 4-inch. And so I can add them, stack them on top of each other to get 7 inches, right? So if you have whatever size you have, you can always stack them to get more height. And today my right knee is just a little uncomfortable, so I'm going to take it a little higher. And from here, we're just going to move through our shoulders a little bit. Other direction. And we're coming into eagle arms. So extend your arms out. As you exhale, take your right elbow under your left. You can either take hands to shoulders or intertwine the forearms to bring the back of the hands or the palms together. And then guide the elbows away from the body. Come back to your breath. Allow the shoulders to slide down away from the ears. So if they crawled up, guide them back down. Oh, I forgot for us to go down and do that other shoulder stretch. 5 more breaths right here. After your 5th breath, inhale the arms open wide. As you exhale, move the opposite elbow on the bottom. Take hands to shoulders or intertwine. And it's okay if one side is different than the other. It's just the way our bodies are. Last 5 breaths. Be sure to breathe fully. After your 5th breath, very gently unwind, move slowly. And exhale your arms. Wiggle that out. All right. So our focus today being on the throat, I added a little shoulder work as well. You can begin to make your way off of your props and maybe lengthen your legs and let the blood flow. I was going to add that other stretch, but looking at the time, I will pass just so that we can continue to focus on the throat. So we're moving into a supported fish pose. If you prefer pontoon, you can take that. I will show you your options here. Your goal will be to open the throat. All right, so I like to use a rolled blanket for supported fish. You can accomplish this with a variety of props. So I have a blanket that's already folded about so, and make it a long, thin rectangle, and then roll it from short end to short end. So this will provide a sturdy but soft support that feels pretty good under the heart space. Right. So we take it, place it right here. And I like to take it lengthwise. If you prefer it widthwise, feel free to make that adjustment. So this will be for supported fish. You want it under the heart, not down under the ribs or under the waist. And then the crown of the head comes to rest on the earth. So this really opens the throat. If your head is hanging in space, then bring a little prop underneath there. Let's see what I have. You would just slide whatever prop under there that you need so the head is supported. Then take the arms out. You can keep them out wide. You can take them overhead. You take them overhead, you want them to be supported. Use pillows, whatever you need there. I don't really have enough space right here, right now. All right, and then the legs can stay bent. They can go long, so you release your hip flexors that are running along the front there, connecting your torso with your legs. Or you can take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Again, use props if you need them to bring the floor to your legs and to not feel the need or struggle there. So find what feels right for you. And then the other option is pontoon. So if you're taking pontoon, you will fully support the torso so that You have it under your hips as well as your heart. Okay. You'll roll down. You do want to be positioned where you can open the throat, and then you can lengthen the legs if you want. Same options. You can keep them bent, or you can come into your butterfly. So find what feels best for you, and then hang out there. A quote from Rumi. Rumi was a philosopher. He says, before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. At the first gate, ask yourself, is it true? At the second gate, ask, is it necessary? At the third gate, ask, is it kind? So whenever we are choosing to speak our truth, choosing to use our voice, we can always pass through these 3 gates if we give ourselves time to pause and breathe. And we can say, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? So maybe it is true, but it isn't necessary to be spoken. Or maybe it is necessary to be spoken, but the way we're currently framing the words in our mind, in our heart, might not be kind. So can we find a way to speak the truth that is necessary to be spoken? Can we do it from a place of kindness? Again, the throat connects the mind and the heart. Heart is a place of emotions. The mind is a place of intelligence. Let them come together in a place where we speak our truth that is necessary with kindness. We may use our words to empower and heal, or we can use our words to bring someone down and to hurt them. May we choose to empower and heal more so than to bring someone down or to hurt them. No one is perfect, so be kind to yourself. Release any harshness toward yourself, any judgments for those times in which maybe you didn't speak with kindness. Know that you have the liberty and the freedom to go back and to apologize, to ask forgiveness, to express your love. 5 more breaths. After your 5th breath, bend the knees first if they are not already bent. Engage through the abdomen. Use one hand to gently lift the head. And slowly make your way over to a side. Make your way to seated. We're moving into our final posture, which will float into child's pose. We'll take our final shavasana in child's pose today. So our final rest. From here, we are going to sit our hips on our heels. The legs are closed. Bring the crown of the head onto the earth. So we're really tucking the chin into the throat, to the chest. So we've been opening the throat. We want to end by closing the throat. All right, so from here, plant the crown of your head. Stay right here if this is what works, if you're really feeling that compression. Another option, inch the hands back, hold the feet or the ankles or your clothing, and then inhale, lift the hips to round the spine. Do not shift the head. Do not turn the neck. Take 5 breaths. On an exhale, bring the hips down first. Walk the hands forward. Slowly lift the head. And exhale down for Shavasana, or for your final pose in Child's Pose. You can walk the legs wide if you would like here. You can extend your arms, or maybe you keep them in close for a more comforting position, a place of rest. Just sealing your practice, feeling the earth hold and cradle you. Allowing your heart to be grateful, to extend self-acceptance and gratitude. Extend and wrap yourself in compassion. Maybe have a final intention of speaking truth with grace and kindness toward yourself and toward others. As you're ready, float the arms forward. Inhale to bring the body up. Make your way into a seated posture that works for you today for our final breath. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we opened with our moon breath, the moon stimulating breath, which is very restorative and calming. And we'll finish with the energetic breath of the sun. So we'll guide our left index finger or left thumb to the left nostril. And then eyes can be open, downcast, or closed. Allow yourself 5 deep, full breaths through the right nostril only. And when you're finished, release. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, let the arms rise to fill your arms, heart, and mind with love and kindness for yourself. On the exhale, share love and kindness with others. We are all priceless. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me. My name is Regina. I don't remember if I mentioned that at the beginning. And for Snuggles and Evie to be a part of your day and your journey. Reach out with questions or comments. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, bye-bye.